Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 4 of Talking to Walter. I'm Vincent.
I'm TJ.
I'm James.
I don't know what we usually do from this point, but
Just talk about the week.
Yeah.
The fourth
What did we do
episode.
about what did we do about our week? What'd you guys do this week?
Biggest exciting thing, if you guys haven't noticed yet, which I know you have because we already talked about it, is our AC is done
us. If we
in the
haven't
house.
noticed yet. I thought you meant people listening.
I talked to you two about it, but finally we have central AC in our house, and it's amazing. And there's less noise now while we're recording because we don't have a room cooler in the room.
Yeah,
Makes it
Nice.
much nicer.
I like it.
but hopefully I did a good enough job so you couldn't tell that.
Yes, hopefully.
Right?
Hopefully. It's just going to make it easier for Vincent to edit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm excited about that. That's been like the biggest thing this week. We finished it Wednesday night, I think it was, or Thursday night.
Was Brandon here to help you?
No, Vincent's cousin, he
Oh, he
does
finished it
heat
up?
and air, and he came back and finished it up. And so I just helped him out, and we had to like cut an extra hole in the wall for a vent and
Oh,
like
really?
do some stuff. So it was fun though. It was good. Your
That's
cousin's
adventurous.
your cousin's so funny. He's like
Is he?
do you have any power tools or anything? And I was like, I'm like, I mean, I have a drill. I have, and he's like, well, do you know how to use power drills? I'm like, yeah, I can use power tools.
Pull the trigger.
I'm not like,
and you aim it at what you want to.
I know I'm not like the manliest man, but come on. And he's like, okay, I just want to see. He's like, you want to cut the hole in the wall? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I like used his Sawzall to cut the hole, and he was like, let me tell you something. He's like, you want to know how I can tell you don't use Sawzall very often? And I was like, how? And he's like, because you like get the blade going and then you'll let off the trigger. And you'll like get it going again, let off the trigger. He's like, anyone who uses it all the time, it's just like full power, just buzz right through it. He's like, it's good though. You can tell you're like being careful because you're not gonna mess it up. You're gonna do it right. But he's like, that's just the difference between people who do it all the time. And I was like, yeah, whatever.
Hey, it's your house though too.
Exactly. I don't want to go guns blazing and take it through like the whole wall.
And it's right by the front door too.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I didn't notice it when I walked in.
Yeah,
So that's good.
I'm happy with how it turned out because I was like, that sucks to put another hole in the wall like right in the entryway, but it just needed another vent so more air could get to the unit. And at the same time, I'm like, if our AC works, I don't care what I gotta do. We have AC in the house, and that's
You found that
nice.
adapter? Didn't he say something was missing?
There was, yeah. Brandon had that.
Oh,
It was something that
He stole
didn't. It didn't. No, it didn't come with the unit.
Oh, I see.
But somebody else at the company where Brandon's dad works used the same unit and discovered that same issue. So he told him about it when he like ordered the part for his unit. He told Brandon's dad about it, so they got one for our unit
nice.
too. So
all right.
so it worked out. So he
Got
had
the
it already.
hookups.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it was very very helpful.
Cost
So,
you a 3-pack of Bud Light and
dude.
A
What else?
3-pack? They have 3-packs?
Oh,
like the
man.
tall can.
Oh, the
The tall
cans.
cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was there was a lot of beer that got that made this AC happen. So a lot of Bud Light, but yeah, it was fun though. Your cousin's a cool dude.
Yeah.
That was a lot of help. I'm very appreciative. The other thing I did this week, I was telling Vincent about it before you got here, TJ. I went to the chiropractor finally for my ankle.
Oh, yeah? Wait, the chiropractor for your ankle?
Yeah. Okay.
They do ankles?
So I've always been skeptical.
Chiro is Latin for ankle.
Oh, okay.
That's not true. I have always been.
What's the practice part?
I've
He's
always
crier
been
anyways.
like skeptical of chiropractors,
Uh-huh.
because I've had too many friends in the medical field that like always anyone who's like in medicine side of it think chiropractors are a hack.
They're like a joke,
pretty
huh?
much, yeah. But my mom goes to chiropractor quite often, and she thinks it helps, and I've gone before for my knees because my mom was like, just go, he'll check it out or whatever, and it actually helped. Like it actually made a ton of sense too when he said what was wrong, and it was exactly like how my knee felt. I just didn't know how to explain it because I didn't even know it was possible. Like basically the bone just wasn't lined up correctly with my knee. So it wasn't going into the joint right.
So when you
and
bend
that's what it felt like, but I didn't know how to explain that because I didn't even know that could like happen.
Yeah,
you know,
that's crazy. Well, I mean,
But-
it's your knees. I mean, your whole body's complicated.
Yeah,
something
so-
out of place could just screw everything up.
So he fixed that and it made a huge difference, you know? So I was like, whatever, I'll try it. My ankle like wasn't getting better. And it was the same thing. It was like what he described was it was coming into my knee crooked, which was putting pressure down like at the foot to the outside of my ankle basically or whatever. So he like adjusted it again and it was sore, but the next day it felt like better than it had in, you know, it's been 4 weeks now or whatever. I was like, shoot, so it really works. I was like a firm believer. And then yesterday,
until a day after the next day.
No, and then like it was like 2 days later, but now my freaking ankle hurts again. And I'm going back on Monday, but so we'll see. I mean, he said like, you know, it can weaken the muscle or whatever when it's like out of place like that. So it could take a couple adjustments, or that's just to make more money on me. But whatever, I'm gonna give it another
a
try.
non-believer.
I know the Vincent over here going, yeah, sure.
He puts lidocaine in his ointment.
Well, how does he? How
There's
does he
no
adjust it?
there's no ointment or anything. So it was kind of crazy. I was on my back and with my knee bent, and he put pressure on my like his body weight on my foot, and then his hands cupped behind my knee, like in my knee pit, you know.
Yeah.
And then
And that's how
basically
Jamie
just
got
like
married.
and then basically a swift like pull
Huh.
outward and upwards like
Yeah.
towards his body away from my knee, and I felt it in my ankle. Like I felt a shift and
Yeah.
like a slight pain, you know. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he made it worse.
Yeah, I
You
thought
described
for
it
sure he
Every
broke
time
it.
I go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. But anyways, I really do think that's the issue, because it makes a ton of sense with how I'm feeling, like
Yeah.
how my ankle feels. It feels like the bone is off and like putting pressure on the side, you know, because it doesn't feel like a sprain. It's for sure not like a sprain. But anyways, so we'll see. We'll see if it actually continues to get better or not. That was basically that was the story. That's it.
Yeah.
It's over. TJ, did you do anything fun?
Let's see. I went to the Sacramento Zoo with my girlfriend Jasmine, with my wonderful girlfriend Jasmine.
Yeah.
Moon and your stars.
She's wonderful. My moon and stars.
Nice. That was fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We went to Whole Foods and got lunch. I don't know if you guys ever been to Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, yeah.
chiropractor of supermarkets.
It's way more expensive, and it's
Whole Foods is cool. They have all kinds of cool stuff there.
There was
Oh,
a thing
yeah.
on Reddit from Whole Foods, and it was asparagus water, and it was literally like,
Yeah, I saw that
did you
too.
like 2 sprigs of asparagus in water, and they were selling it for like
my-
$8.
Oh my gosh, that can't be real.
I didn't see it when I was there, but
That can't be real.
that sounds like something they would totally do.
That sounds like something someone would make up just to make fun of it. That's
It
funny.
was there. It was a picture.
That's funny. Asparagus water. Oh man.
What'd you guys see at the zoo?
Nothing really, man.
No?
All the cool animals were hiding in their
Just
caves in the
asleep,
back,
yeah.
you know. I think I could see like a tiger barely. I could tell some stripes and some fur.
I get
but
it.
He was.
I get the pun you threw in there.
Why,
Tiger
'cause-
barely.
Oh,
Bear.
Oh, there was no bears.
Barely.
Okay,
Sorry.
pity laugh, pity laugh.
Pity laugh. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I think the most favorite thing that I saw there was the otters.
The otters?
They're so cute. They're like.
Were they
little-
like feeding them and stuff? Or
No, they're just the way they swim. Their mannerisms are just like a dog. They're like water
Yeah.
dogs. I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of what people describe them as, I think.
Water dogs.
Yeah, and my girlfriend, she loves them too.
Yeah. There was a video that Sarah, my beautiful, amazing wife,
Moon and stars.
came across.
We have to do
And
that
it
every
was-
time now.
I know.
We gotta step it up every time.
It was like a baby otter that was rescued or something.
Oh yeah.
And it was it was tiny, and it was like
and
the
it's like
most
the
adorable
most
thing.
cutest
that you see.
thing you-
Yeah, it's like
It was
puts
adorable.
puts cats to shame, and like I love cats, but
gonna-
they're just that cute.
They're gonna
Well, because
start.
they have hands too. They have little
Yeah.
little hands that they just I don't know. Everything they do with them is just really cute.
It's gonna
It is,
start
yeah.
being on Pinterest everywhere, and then everybody's gonna want to own an otter, and
I know.
then they're gonna get one as a pet and
Yep.
realize that they're not pets. And
Yep.
they're gonna
And
be,
they-
be a bunch of wild otters in like Nebraska and stuff.
That wouldn't be good for the
No,
otters,
we
at
shouldn't-
least.
We shouldn't. That shouldn't. It's not funny. We shouldn't laugh at that.
That's why ferrets are illegal in California, I think.
It was just
'Cause people, like-
overwhelming too much.
Yeah, well, people kept getting them as pets, but they're like really like pesky.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they steal a bunch of things and like collect stuff and everything.
Uh-huh. And then when you
And
let
then they
him
would
go
get
or
so tired, they would just let them out and like go. I don't want you anymore. And then there'd just be like
There's an
abandoned.
infestation
of ferrets, yeah.
Yeah, and ferrets are pretty. They can be like violent too, right?
I'm sure they could. They're
I think
quick
they're
little
carnivores
suckers.
actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're.
So
they
they
can be
eat
like
people.
aggressive. Like yeah, they eat humans. It's crazy.
There's
pretty
a whole
wild.
underground society of ferret cannibal
Yeah,
or human eaters. I guess they
human
wouldn't be
eaters.
cannibals.
Not
right?
cannibals,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
They're just trying to
Uh,
one up us on the food chain.
Yeah, trying to take over.
Jump right to the top. What the heck?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Vincent, did you already say what you did this week? You didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't really do anything. I went to a wedding.
Oh yeah. Oh
That was
yeah.
that was fun. Yeah, I told myself, okay, I'm only gonna have like, because every time I go to a wedding and I get drunk, it's like, I don't
Way
know
too
what
much.
it is, but I just think I'm the best dancer.
Oh,
But and I don't have anything against.
I think
dancing.
that's the case with everybody.
Yeah, I don't have anything against dancing or anything, but I was like, okay, I'm only gonna have like 6 beers because I knew there was gonna
only
be beer
6.
there. Well, I knew there was gonna be free beer there. I'm not gonna pass up free beer. That's why I'm drinking a beer right now at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, it's,
It's not
9 in the morning.
It's afternoon. It's afternoon.
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock. But so I was like, okay, I'll have 6, whatever. I had 3, and I went back down because they got kegs, like to serve at they had like an open bar.
Did they get him from Dust Bowl? Like
I
they
don't
were
know
going
where
to,
they
or
got
no?
them. They ended up getting Lagunitas and 805
Oh, okay.
for IPAs, and then they had like Coors and some wines and champagnes and stuff.
But you didn't have the chorus. I know that.
No, because this is what happened after I had my 3rd Lagunitas. I went back down and I was like, can I have another Lagunitas? She was like, all we have is water and Coors. And I was like, so all I have is water.
Water or dirty water?
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just have a water. And she was like, all right. And then like a couple hours went by, so I was like already sober again. And then the groom's dad, who's my friend, he like called all of his friends up, and we took a shot with the groom's dad. And then me and Sydney, my beautiful, amazing girlfriend,
Moon and stars.
Moon and Stars, she was in the wedding itself. So they had like a trailer to get ready because it was an outdoor wedding. So they had like a get ready trailer, and they had margarita mix and beers inside there.
Mm.
So she got me a beer from there, and then we were just drinking, me and her, out of the margarita mix bottle because it was like 10% out. Oh no, it was 10%. It was 20 proof, which I didn't know
Okay, yeah.
they made. I thought that was like,
You thought it was a mixer, huh?
yeah, I
It
thought you
wasn't
just
even-
add alcohol
Yeah.
to it. I didn't know they made it with alcohol.
Did you
in it.
add alcohol to it?
Not until
okay.
They made it 40 proof.
we Sydney had a couple of drinks of it, and then I had to take it away from her because I wanted to drink it. We'll just say that.
Oh yeah.
And
I saw some Instagram pictures. She looked very beautiful, by the way.
What Instagram pictures did you see?
Her
Her holding up the bride's dress.
No, her holding. Oh, she did that.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, like so it wouldn't get dirty.
Oh, I thought she was like showing
she
off the
wasn't-
garter or
yeah,
something.
no,
No,
she wasn't being embarrassing or anything.
she was pointing at the groom's ring. I think
Oh yeah.
she just looked really happy. She had
Yeah.
that expression, just the excited
Really
look on her
happy,
face.
yeah.
You know.
That was
And,
like one of her best friends getting married, right? Or 2 of her best friends.
Yeah, both. Yeah, both of them.
Blake
She
and-
knew
yeah.
she's known them both since she was like 7 or 8.
Yeah. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool to see
Yeah,
friends
and
from that long ago get married.
yeah. But so I got the margarita mix, and then come to find out that they went and bought more alcohol,
Mm.
but they only bought hard liquor, like hard alcohol.
Uh-oh.
And so I got a double shot of Jack Daniels because that's all they had, which I don't really like Jack Daniels, but
You talked
I
about
was
that
just about
before.
to say, so
Yeah.
you got some house cleaner or whatever you thought it tasted
Pool
like.
cleaner.
Pool cleaner.
Plastic
Pool
pool
toy.
toys.
Pool
Plastic
toy.
pool toy.
Yeah, that's right.
But I put that in the margarita mix 'cause
Oh my
my goodness.
and drowned it out a little bit. Yeah, and then
That probably just made the margarita mix worse.
That sounds
I was
awful.
already by that point. I was already like had a good buzz going, so I
So
didn't
you
even
didn't
care.
care.
Yeah, and then one of our other friends, who he's a cop. I don't know why that has anything to do with anything, but he wasn't drinking. I guess that's why. And he had 2 cups of cups of Fireball,
Oh,
and his
Oh,
his
wow.
girlfriend didn't want to drink it, and I was like, he was like, "Will you drink this with me?" And I was like, "If only if we do it in like one gulp." And it was like
what? Why would you?
it
do
was like a
that?
cup like that tall, like maybe
Oh.
like 3 or 4 inches tall, but it was only like halfway filled up.
oh.
But it's still a lot.
But still, that's
And
and
it's
it was
Fireball.
gross. Yeah. And so I was like, only if we drink it in one gulp, I'll drink it with you. And he was like, I can't do that. And I was like, well, I was like, what are you gonna do? Sip on it and like drag out this grossness? And I guess he did sip on it, but I just chugged the whole thing.
What you do is you get a couple shot glasses and you fill up the shot glasses, and then you can just do like
Shots
five
instead of
five
a
shots in
shot.
a row.
It was probably about like
It's
3
probably just as bad.
shots of alcohol. But when I drank it,
Drank it.
when I drank it,
You drink to get drunk after you drank.
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll go with that.
No, that makes sense.
Does it?
and
Let's just go with it.
and so when I put it in my mouth to swallow it, it like backed up my nose a little bit because it was so much.
Oh,
So like
hard
burnt-
liquor.
so it burned my
especially.
nose a lot,
And being what it is,
Yeah.
it burns even more because it's
and I was already drunk enough, so I let out a good couple yells, like not like painful yells, but like
Profane
Whew.
yells.
well, sorry, those kind of yells.
oh man,
Yeah,
that's intense.
that's all I did this weekend, and then I spent Sunday recovering. I edited the podcast, but then forgot to press publish until like 11 o'clock on Monday. So it was all
Oh.
edited and ready to go, but I didn't press publish.
And
so,
it got up late.
on Monday.
Monday night?
whatever.
No,
It
it
got
went
up
up like
Monday.
Monday, like around 12 or so.
Oh, I thought you meant 11 at night or something. Or
No,
12.
I was done editing it like in the morning on Sunday. But yeah, that was all I did this week, really.
Weddings, man. Weddings can be fun.
Yeah.
So I sent this video to TJ earlier this week.
And it was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was what I needed.
Somebody else shared this on Facebook, and I came across it, and it was one of the coolest like skate videos I'd seen in a long time. We'll have the link in the description so you guys can check it out. But I hadn't watched skate videos in forever, like probably since
I worked at Vans.
Yeah, probably.
You
like,
know, I have a bunch of those DVDs.
You
that
don't
we
have a
used to
bunch of
play
those
at,
DVDs.
at the store.
Yeah.
What
With
was
no
the video?
sound. They don't have any sound.
No
on it.
sound,
Yeah.
no.
Just watch.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about, I ripped them onto my computer. I was thinking about editing them and putting some sound in there.
Putting your
or
own, like,
putting some music
soundtrack
to
to
it.
it.
Just a
Yeah.
bunch of Foley.
I was just
Just
like, why
you,
would
just
I? Yeah,
Just-
like
just add the sound
record
effects.
myself like trying to ollie and do the tricks or whatever.
What was the video we used to watch like years ago? I think it was an Eric Costin. It was for Girl.
Oh, the Yeah Right video?
Yeah, right video. Yeah.
That was a cool one because they used the green boards.
Yep.
They made
Yeah,
them
the
invisible.
floating board, like
yeah,
invisible
it just
boards.
looked like they were
yeah.
floating. Yeah,
Yeah. That was super cool video, but that was probably like the last
that was
skate
2004.
video. Yeah, it's been forever since I've
2004,
watched
Jesus.
anything. So it'd been that long, and I had just kind of hadn't been following much skating stuff because I'm terrible at skateboarding. As much as I love it, I don't skateboard at all anymore because I'm just bad at it. But
It's hard. That's why it's like one of the hardest things I think you can attempt.
But watching these dudes do it, like how easy they make it look, it's
Yeah.
just insane. Do you remember the name of the guy in this skate video?
No,
I don't remember. I don't remember his name, the skater, but
Is it the guy who uploaded the video? Or
I
is
don't
it-
No.
think so. I think that might be the guy that filmed it, or
Yeah,
or
he filmed and
edited it.
edited it.
But the skater, I mean, he was like
Kilian Martin?
that might
Kilian?
Yeah, I think that's the
that
guy.
might be
That's
the actual skater. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the footage itself is awesome. They go to like several different
There's at least 5 locations.
yeah, and it's like what do they do, like a desert shot?
Yeah, he's skating like on a desert, in the desert, snow. He wasn't skating in the snow, but he was.
But
in the
that's
snow.
where it started, in the
It
snow.
started and ended in the snow.
It
Then
goes
they
to
go
like
to
a
like the
greenhouse.
city, and then Salt Flat,
Yep.
Oh,
and
that
then
was
the
cool.
greenhouse, and then back to the snow. I think.
Yeah, and it's just like super cool how they edit everything together between the scenes.
Yeah, even
it's
the
like seamless.
transitions.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the
it's cool.
transitions, but the tricks and stuff he was doing. I mean, it could be like I was saying earlier. It could be just because I haven't watched anything in so long, but like everything seems so creative and original that he was doing. I mean, not everything. Some tricks are just normal tricks, I guess, but. For me, it was really cool watching like all the insane stuff he was doing. It was really creative.
Yeah,
but
well, from I mean, I watch skate videos pretty often.
TJ's the skater of the group. He's the one. That
I
can
don't really
actually
skate much. I really like it. I mean, I skate here and there with my cousins, but I'm nothing compared to the pros, man. Those guys are crazy. Like, there's even they have Street League. They've like turned it into almost like a sport. I mean, it is a sport. I guess I'd consider it's an extreme sport. You can categorize
definitely.
it that way. But these guys are, they'll do a run and they'll land all these crazy tricks. First try, a whole line of tricks. First try. Like, that's how good they've gotten. But as far as video parts go, guys nowadays have to, they have to try over and over just to get, one trick down.
Yeah.
Because these parks they skate at for the competitions, they're like really polished and made
Taken
for
care of and
skating.
everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
but when they go out and skate on the streets,
Yeah.
they're getting kicked out of places, or they're just seeing something and saying, "What can I do on that?"
Yep.
And guys just try to get as creative as they can just for footage.
Yep.
But this guy, I mean, I was even blown away even after watching all the skate videos I've seen. He was doing like combination of a lot of it was kind of Rodney Mullen inspired. That's
Yep.
what I'd like to think of it as, the primos and the handstand stuff. But he added a lot of his own little flavor to it that I've never seen anybody do. Some of the stuff that he's done, it was
definitely.
it was really cool.
It was super cool, and that's like a good point that a lot of that stuff, as easy as he made it look, he probably did tons and tons and tons of takes.
Yeah, I mean, if
to
he
get
didn't,
'em.
that's impressive. But
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
sure.
get to
Yeah.
see that part of it.
Right.
But still, like, he was doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was just really cool. Like, and it's probably how long was the video? I don't remember.
It's like 6 or 7
Yeah,
minutes.
about-
It's not like a full production skate video, but for the short that it is.
Well,
there's
even guys'
tons
parts
and
in
tons
videos.
of stuff. Yeah, it'd be like one skater's kind of.
Maybe about like
section, maybe.
half. Because I think
Half.
guys nowadays, they go for about like 10, 15 minutes. They'll do about 2 songs, or at least the good, the top skaters of
right,
the
yeah.
company,
Yeah.
The
whatever
Lil
company's
Waynes.
going to do it.
Yeah, the
Oh my
Lil
gosh.
Waynes.
I
and-
seen that guy. I didn't realize he's a skater, but I saw him skate a little bit.
He
They-
thinks of himself.
They
as a
shut down the
skater,
block for him.
They put
They
put
did,
up,
yeah.
they set up. It's like he does like training wheel stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really anything impressive.
He actually has training wheels on his board. I don't
Yeah,
know if you
it's-
noticed.
His Hello Kitty board.
Yeah,
I mean, he can do some basic stuff, but I'm not better than him. I don't want to say that, but there's things I can do he probably couldn't, and he might be able to do some stuff I couldn't. But
But it doesn't
he's
really-
definitely not a pro.
yeah, and it doesn't
He's
really
still a
matter
skater, I
because
think,
he's
Yeah.
he's Lil Wayne. So
That's what
He's
we're
Lil
talking
Wayne.
about.
He,
yeah,
I say whatever
he
I
doesn't
want.
have to be good. He also plays guitar about as well as he skateboards.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. He likes to do that in some songs too. He's a rock star.
He just can rhyme some words, so
He can.
that's what makes
You
it.
can rhyme one word with the same word.
Yeah, I know, right?
He does that a lot. But I can't hate on him because there's actually some
No
some
ceilings.
Lil Wayne that
I
I
listened
think
to
is
No Ceilings
it's-
for longer than I'll ever admit.
yeah, because it's
I
like
never got into that.
it's
No?
so it's
you,
so
you guys were talking about it, but I just could not.
it's
get
so
into it.
like laughable, but it's
Clever,
clever
yeah.
in like a hilarious
its
way.
own-
So it's
yeah.
like it's funny to listen to it because it's so
Ridiculous.
like
It's
real
like-
G's move in silence like lasagna. Who says that? You know what I mean? It's like it's just stupid, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And it makes some
And it's
grammatical
not wrong,
sense.
yeah.
It's not wrong, yeah. But anyways, that skate video I thought was insane. And
Yeah.
then of course the other thing big going on with skateboarding is the hoverboard stuff.
Well, what year is
And
it? Right?
It's 2015.
2015.
Yeah, but
and
it's not.
like
I don't know.
But
Did you look into it?
oh yeah, I read a
It's-
whole. I think the article that I included for the link explains like the technology of it.
Oh.
So you get like an idea.
yeah, I read all that.
of how
You
it
can
actually
only use
works.
it for like 10 minutes, then you got to fill it up again with like liquid
recool
nitrogen
it or
Yep.
whatever.
yeah, because it's got to
You
be
can only
cool.
skate on areas that are made for it, and they
Yep.
got to be like pristine.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, my thought on it was like, this is cool that Lexus is doing it. You know, it's like a good marketing thing for them.
That's
you
all
know,
it
to
is, I
get
would
to get
say.
talk about Lexus and stuff. But the technology, like, people are like, yeah, tell me when I can like take one to a real skate park and use it, or tell me when someone can actually afford it. I bet it costs a fortune. All this stuff, and I'm like, I get that, but that's still pretty insane. Like,
But the
there's
technology
nothing.
isn't new.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
don't they use
how.
it
That's
for
how. Like,
trains
yeah, they
in
use it for
Japan?
trains, and
But
it's
it's
a
not-
known thing.
I think in the article it talks about how it's different than like the bullet trains. It's not quite the same.
Well, the
They
bullet
have
thing.
the same
trains, they don't
concept,
use
right?
like cooled magnets. They just use electromagnets. But
Right.
the same idea of having two like
magnetic fields,
things
like
and one being super cold and be able to levitate. That idea is like old. Like there's like little race car tracks that you can buy with your kid,
oh, really?
and they're just all magnet strips, and you can like
Do that
send
kind
a
of
car around
same
them.
thing.
Yeah, it lasts for like 2 minutes, but
I also read a bunch of comments like, I mean, the internet's hilarious, but people
Kinda
saying
mean,
like,
too.
like yeah,
guys, we're the internet.
I know, yeah, we love the internet. The internet is great, but it's like multiple comments that were like, "Yeah, Lexus, tell me when you got cars that can do that," you know, like stuff like
Okay,
that. I'm like, okay, calm down. I mean,
it's just a
small
big
steps.
publicity thing.
I mean, I thought
think.
the concept
is.
in iRobot was even cool. They didn't hover, but those wheels, those
Oh, yeah.
spherical wheels.
That's why I
Yep.
bought a Nissan.
Because
What?
that was the
Or
car
was
they
that
used.
was
or
that
no?
Minority Report or
They
no? It
used-
was Minority
I thought
Report.
they
huh?
used
that they use
Lexus.
Nissan?
Yeah.
Maybe
oh,
so.
Minority Report did.
Yeah,
Maybe so.
Never
And
mind.
Lexus
I take
was
back
in,
that joke.
was in
iRobot.
wasn't it?
Might be.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I'd have to
that
look.
sounds
I don't
right.
remember, but
Sounds like a Will Smith thing.
yeah. But I don't know. I thought it was still kind of cool. Like reading about I forget the pro skater that was doing that too, but he
I don't
was
remember.
I think
saying
it's
how
Kilian Martin.
no, he was saying how like insanely difficult it actually was because
Yeah, you see some of them
The-
trying to ride on it.
yeah,
It looked
falling
heavy.
off.
Like
it looks heavy, but like so I guess the magnetic field, the way it works is run down like dead center of the board, like lengthwise, and it's centimeters thick or whatever. So you're teetering like they compared it to like a tightrope rather than
yeah.
like
a skateboard.
a skateboard.
Yeah.
So it's like insane just to balance, and like he was saying it takes a ton of like core strength, to stay on it. And then once you get going, there's
There's no way to
little
stop it, is
resistance,
it?
so
Yeah.
so you just keep going, at whatever speed. But anyways, I thought the video, if
Didn't he jump
at
over a car?
least-
Yeah, I saw
he
that.
jumped. Yeah, he
Jumps
jumps.
over
This
a
guy,
car.
you could
And-
kind of see him progress almost. He like rode it for a little bit, rode it up a ramp, rode
Yep.
it, and then turned on the ramp, and then he jumped the car.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, I
I
guess
don't know if he jumped the
if
car.
Anything,
The car rode under a ramp that was already clearing the car.
Right,
so
right,
he just
right.
drove fast
And it's
enough.
probably
get
like
to
the,
the other side.
liquid inside. I'm sure makes it pretty unstable to
different
ride too.
Yeah. But if nothing else, it's a cool video to watch. I mean, it's fun. It's cool to see. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just like, well, it's not the real thing, and it
Yeah.
really isn't the real
it
thing.
really
Not in the
isn't,
sense that everyone wants a hoverboard to
But
be.
it's 2015. We have to have that.
You
I
gotta
think-
have something, right?
I think that's where the backlash comes from, though. It's because
I
it's
think
like
so.
it's so noticeably try hard that
Yeah.
they're like, it's not real, so stop trying to sell us
So
something
quit
that
trying to
you
fool people.
want us to think is real.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, it is real, but
Right.
it's not attainable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did a fake one, I thought, with
There
with
was-
the actual whatever. What's his name? Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Doc
There was a
Brown.
fake one that Tony Hawk, I think, was.
Yeah,
a
it
part
was
of.
Tony
part of
Hawk.
that.
Yeah.
But the
That
guy
was
from Back to the
all-
Future, the Doc.
Yeah,
Doc Brown,
he was
he
in
was
it
in
too,
it
yeah.
too. Yeah.
But that was all just CGI, like just fake
Yeah.
footage,
Yeah.
and apparently like pissed a bunch of people off. But yeah, that's kind of funny though. I thought that was funny more than it was like annoying or anything.
Yeah.
But
Well, they got power laces, right? And those Nikes, they're
Uh,
making those too. Well, the power laces are like the makeshift. What's that processor you were telling me about?
Arduinos.
Arduino, yeah.
Yeah, I showed you that.
I'm lost. I don't know what you're
They're,
talking
they're
about.
basically like zip ties for your shoe, but they do themselves.
Oh, they
And
tied
you got to wear like
themselves.
this big old cinder block on the back of your heel.
That's the processor that
Yeah.
you can program.
Dude, that sounds so worth it. But
It only
they-
costs the price of a shoe and a $30 processor.
yeah. Did they re-release the shoes.
I thought they were
already
going to
too.
this year, but
I
I
thought
don't
they were
know.
going to too, but I don't know if they
I haven't
have
really
already.
looked up anything
I'm sure
about
they.
it.
I'm
They
sure
already
they
have
did
them
it.
out, don't they? They're like
They might have already
$20,000.
released them.
20,000.
I don't
They
know
are.
about. They're
Those
expensive.
Nikes?
I don't know about
What?
that expensive.
Yeah,
I thought they were a couple grand, but not
That's
tens of grands.
Yeah, that tens of grands. Speaking of expensive, another thing I came across. I don't know how many people care about the Apple Watch.
Oh, they're like $300.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20,000. I'm glad you looked that up.
I know
Yeah.
Brian Wilson had those.
But I don't know how many people like the Apple Watch. Me being a big Apple fan, I'm not crazy about the Apple Watch still. I just
I like
don't.
pairs.
It's
Just not yet.
just not yet. Yeah, I think it can be cool, just like any of the other wearables can be. It's just not.
I haven't
there
experienced
yet.
any of them. I've seen some
I've never-
commercials, but I've never,
I've never
tried
worn
any
any.
of them out.
Yeah, I've never worn any, so I guess I'm not the best authority on it, but I think it's a lot of hype in a lot of ways. You know,
I actually did read an article where somebody was talking about how they became a worse person or something because of it.
because
What?
they had the Apple Watch.
Well, it's
like,
because you're
I
like,
don't
okay.
think if
wearables
you're
ruined
a
my
bad
life.
person,
Not-
I don't
not-
think a watch is going to make you a worse person.
Well, yeah, I forget how they connected that, but they said that in the article, and I was like, yeah, how's that gonna work out? It was basically just like you're trying to stay away from being on your phone all the time, but you end up being on your watch all the time.
Yeah, you're
instead.
looking at your
There's just
watch all
no
the time.
there's no difference really.
yeah, it's like you're just adding another screen. But okay, so to make that even more ridiculous, the thing I came across, it's Nico Gerard. I'm assuming is like the designer.
Avi.
But there's
you know anything?
Duh, I don't know that guy.
I
But
don't,
know
I don't know
Nico?
anything about it either.
but I came across this watch. I go on Uncrate a lot, uncrate.com. I think we
I
mentioned
forgot
that
about
before.
that. Yeah, I haven't been on there in a while.
But it was one of the things on there, and it's literally okay. So like, excuse me, think a expensive like Rolex type watch with a normal round face and like chain band and everything, and then think on the opposite side of that. So
like
what
the
would be the
mullet of
under?
watches.
So what would be the underside of
Oh.
your wrist? That's where the Apple Watch connects to the same band, so you can wear both. So if you want to have like a normal watch face, I think the article, I forget how it worded it. It was something like if you like having the functionality of the Apple Watch but don't like having to do like the annoying motion to just view the time or whatever, because that's
Isn't
how,
it just
how
a
you
flick?
wake. Yeah.
Like-
You flick your wrist to wake up the Apple Watch
Oh.
display, but it was basically saying if you don't want to have to do that, here's the
If
solution.
you want to slowly
gosh.
move your
For-
hand
for
towards your-
$10,000
for $9,500.
Oh my
plus a
God.
$200 reserve fee.
Yes, plus the reserve fee. I was like,
97.
and then you're walking around with
Two
basically two
stupid
watch
watches.
faces on your freaking
Oh my
wrist, looking like a
gosh.
moron. I thought that was so funny. I was like, man, I mean, I guess you're trying to take advantage of something you think people are gonna want or whatever. But
Well, there's that, and the Pebble watch, like
Yep.
it's not the same. It's not like I think it's the screen is completely different. It's powered all the time.
okay,
And-
the Pebble
but it's
is
not backlit at all. There's like a button you press to like turn it on like a normal watch.
Oh, okay.
So it lasts. They say it lasts for like a week,
Oh wow.
but and
So
it's
is it-
never off. You just like
it's-
look at it,
so
but you
it's
have to
lit-
sort of catch the light in the right way.
Is it lit more like a Kindle
Like a
display
Game
then,
Boy?
I think-
where it's like
yeah.
it's like flat,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
display?
And it's the original ones are black and white, but I think they just came out with a 64 color one.
Might have, yeah.
And there's not a lot of functionality to like pair with your phone, but it still has the
It's-
same sort of notification things
And like
and
the
everything.
trackers, like the
Yeah.
health tracking and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I don't know if it has that. It might, but
but
if it doesn't, I'm sure it will at some point.
I'm sure it will. Yeah, I think they'll get better. But that was just something I came across that I thought that was so ridiculous. I'm like,
And
why
it
would
looks
you
stupid.
It looks so bad. I'm like, why would you spend $10,000
Mhm.
to have that? Like, if you're gonna spend that kind of money,
Just buy the gold one.
buy the gold Apple Watch
Yeah.
or whatever, and get used to flicking your wrist slightly to read the time. Like most people pull their phones out of their pocket to check time, anyways. Still, like
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
like
And if
I
you when you look at your watch, like you still make that motion.
it's like a natural motion. You
Unless
have
you
to
walk
bring
around
your
like
arm up
like
to
a beefcake and you can't put your arms down at all.
Yeah. Oh man, I thought that was hilarious. But Anyways, that was another thing. I don't have a good transition for this next story. So
What's the next story? I don't have my.
the next one is okay. So who knows who Craig Owens is?
Oh, I do.
You do. Hopefully, our listeners, some of them know.
Craig
Owens.
He was who I wanted to be when I was in high school.
Well, there you go. He's a lead singer for the band Chiodos.
It's Gregory
Owens, yes, and he's like a big deal in
the artist formerly known as the lead singer of the good Chiodos.
Yeah, I know. It's gone to so many things. Yeah, so he did Chiodos, Drugs, Cinematic Sunrise.
Which drugs did he do?
Isles and Glaciers.
Oh,
that's
it's
right.
DRUGS.
Yeah. What is it?
Destroy, rebuild until God shows.
Oh, okay.
That's the ridiculous name of that band. But yeah, and then now back with Chiodos, who knows if they're a band
I haven't
anymore
listened to
because
them since that.
They lost the guitarist that replaced their original guitarist left after this album cycle as well, the newest album. So he was only on for one. He was Paula Troy guitarist, I think. And
really? I
from
listened to Paula Troy.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
I think
man.
it was Paula Troy.
Pretty good.
But anyways, so that's who Craig Owens is, and he was actually, if anyone else knows, maybe a better known person, Dr. Dre just released
Beats by Dre.
Yeah, he
Dr. who?
Dr. Dre.
What's his? What kind of doctor is he? What field?
He's a doctor of beats.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of rapping.
Who's a rapper that rhymes with Snoop? Dr. Dre. Lol.
I get it. You stumped me with that one.
They rap together. They rhyme together.
He rhymes with.
I got you.
No?
I got you.
It was a joke I saw on Reddit.
No, I get it.
Sorry,
It's
good. That was a good one. No, I liked it.
It's kind of a play on words.
Yeah. But okay, so Dr. Dre just released a new album.
Straight out of Compton.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Isn't it just Compton?
I think it's Compton
Oh.
is what it's called.
Somebody
But
was saying something about it today.
yeah. And on one of the songs, Craig Owens is in it, which he like posted on Facebook or whatever, a picture with him and Dr. Dre, and I was like,
how does that even
what the
happen?
heck is going on?
He must have a really good manager.
Thinking.
Yeah, seriously. But I guess so. I don't know who John Connor is, but that's
From
another guy.
Terminator?
Oh, he's
No.
the savior of the resistance.
He's he's another guy that's involved with the song,
Son
and
of Sarah Connor.
he's from Michigan, which is where Craig's from as well. So I'm assuming there was some kind of connection there.
Probably through Ashley Simpson, I would say.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's my guess.
But whatever it is, I listened to the song because it also has Snoop Dogg in it. So I'm like, dude, this guy was on a song with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. That's pretty like crazy, you know? But he's in like the very beginning of the song, way in the background. Like you barely, if you didn't know what you were listening for, you wouldn't know he was on the song. So I thought it was pretty funny.
Just like stubbed his toe while they were recording.
He ended up like in the background as someone else is recording.
Made some weird sex noise sound.
Yeah. But
I can't find my arm. That was on the drugs. Remember that?
Yeah.
The end of like a song or something.
Yeah. But anyways, I think the song is called One Shot, One Kill. Check it out. And in the beginning, you hear Craig Owens.
That's all that's my part?
He yells like, it's like one shot, one kill, but like higher register. Typical Craig Owens register.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like barely in it, but it's still kind of cool. He was in the studio with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. That's pretty cool. But I thought
there's
that
a
was
movie
funny.
out about him, isn't there? Coming out.
I think that's why I think that came out yesterday. That's why the album came out.
I thought it was like the soundtrack to that or something.
I think it is.
That's what I was saying to a buddy at work, but he didn't think I was.
That's how it's being marketed, at least.
He knew what you were talking about.
He didn't think, because I'm white, I guess.
I do know
not
he's
even white.
You're not even white, TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
I don't fit in anywhere.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting too. So, anyways,
I do
if
know
anyone out there is a Dre fan,
he's donating all the profits to somewhere.
Dr. Dre is
for that album.
Well, he's a billionaire now, so I guess that's.
Oh yeah,
that's
he sold
better.
to Apple.
He did, yeah. He's a part of Apple now. He's a board member or whatever.
Seriously?
Yeah, like an honorary one, but that's how he made his $1 billion.
I am too, Jamie.
No, you're not. You can't go hang out with Tim Cook.
I don't know if I would want to.
I don't think you would. I don't think I would either.
Probably show me some new coffee that I've never heard of before.
New coffee.
It'd have to be cold brew, right?
Yeah. Coffee filtered through the intestines of a
my
of a
God.
rare animal.
That sounds
That's
awful.
a thing.
That is
isn't
a
it?
thing. Yeah. It's like the coffee beans get eaten by whatever animal.
By some
and
like
then-
random animal, and then they go collect them, and then they make coffee out of them.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's feces, isn't it?
No, it's coffee beans.
It's coffee beans. It gets roasted. All right.
It's like corn. Haven't you eaten corn that comes out of you?
No.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh man, how do we even move on
I
to
don't know.
the next
I
one
don't know what's
after
wrong with
that?
me. I'm sorry, guys.
So I saw Ant-Man a couple days ago.
You
Did you?
did.
Yeah, I did.
Why don't
Awesome.
you talk about that when we asked you what you did this week?
I don't know. It wasn't that big of a deal because I saw it by myself.
He,
but-
he was
You
saving
went
it.
to the movies by yourself?
I didn't go to the movies, but I watched it.
Oh,
But I didn't download it.
you went
Let's
to the
just put it that
drive-in.
way.
You went to the
I
drive-in.
went to. I just saw it. Let's just say I saw it.
TJ saw the movie. Okay, good.
Was it
And,
good?
It was. Yeah, it was. It was really funny actually.
Really?
It was. Well, I saw like a. What do they call it? You know those quotes by people to make you see stuff.
Critics.
Yeah, I guess it just like somebody claimed it was the funniest Marvel movie to date or something.
Oh, okay.
Says this person, and I don't know who it was.
Says
or some
XX420 blaze it
magazine or
XX
some-
at Reddit
yeah,
user.
right. No, it was more legitimate than that. But I was like, oh, if it's funny, I kind of want to see it then, I guess, because I mean, just the concept itself, like Ant-Man, like why would you make a movie about that hero? Like, there's way cooler heroes to make movies about. Like, that seems like just the stupidest.
Because they can.
Yeah, but see, I was
Yeah,
confused
but
on
there's
that,
movies
too.
they haven't made a like part of the Avengers. Vision's in it. They don't have a movie about Vision. He's just in that movie. Or
Well, wasn't Ant-Man part of the Fantastic Four group?
no, he's part of the Avengers. I think.
He's Marvel, yeah. Oh, it's
think he's-
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Marvel?
Four.
Yeah.
It's Marvel.
But I know Wolverine becomes a part of the Fantastic Four.
Wolverine. Yeah, he's all over the place. I was looking up. Yeah, when I did my
Wait.
research this weekend, there's all kinds of groups and each of the groups change
But
members
I think
like crazy.
Ant-Man goes into them, and I feel like it's some sort of like petty move from Marvel towards Fox for Fantastic Four. Is
No,
it
I
Sony?
don't think so.
Who
Fox,
does-
yeah,
Fox has
has
Fantastic
Four
But-
and X-Men.
How would you become part of Fantastic Four?
See, I
'Cause
don't.
then it would
Yeah,
have to
no.
change the name.
Fantastic Four is their own thing. There
Yeah.
could be a
But
group.
they're a group, but it's
But you'd
just,
have to be the Fantastic Five or Six.
no.
or
They
seven
are
then.
the Fant Four
What-
stick.
Okay, what's the?
Yeah, I know. That's what the logo says.
That's
the
Fant Four stick. That's funny. All right. Well, anyways, Ant-Man. I thought it was funny too that they were doing a movie on such like a obscure, to me at least.
No, yeah, he's an
superhero, 'cause-
obscure hero to me too. But it was a kind of a good story because
Mhm.
it's an origin story. But it was pretty good and at the same time really funny.
Really,
Really?
that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, with
It
Paul
was-
Rudd, you would
Yeah,
like assume
exactly.
There's some
That's
comedy.
it. I think that's why
yeah.
they cast him. It just fit, and I think they made it funny too because they're like, you know what, this is like the stupidest hero. Let's just make this movie entertaining.
Yeah.
But it's weird that they did give him, that hero his own movie.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
cool,
it
though.
was-
Is-
it was
is-
really entertaining.
There's got to be plans then, I'm sure, to incorporate
They
him
had
into the
some
other
post
ones.
credit scenes that
Okay.
That you won't spoil.
that I'm not gonna spoil, but yeah, some of them, or there's two of them actually, and they're really cool. So
Cool.
it pretty much tells you, hey, these people are gonna be here and this is gonna happen. So
That's cool. That's exciting.
it's always nice to see that rather than I think the end of like the first Avengers, it was just a funny, oh hey, they're all sitting and eating shawarma because
But
Tony Stark
shawarma
mentioned it
sales went
earlier.
up after that. So-
I don't even know what shawarma is. Still,
It's like a Middle Eastern taco, isn't it?
oh, is it
Like
okay?
a soft taco, I think,
I have no idea either.
but with like lamb, and
Oh, okay,
I feel like
You would
Like
know
a-
more than either of us.
like a gyro. I mean, a gyro.
a gyro.
gyro.
A gyro, huh?
a gyro. So I have a list here of superhero movies that are coming out soon. So Fantastic Four is coming out in August.
So that's the next one.
this
Is this in
year.
order
So-
of
Fantastic
chronological
Four already
order of
came out,
release?
didn't it? Yesterday.
It says August 7th, so yeah, that would have been.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
So
yeah.
that's out. So that's cool.
I gotta see the ratings on that.
They have
Bad.
Is it?
It's real bad.
Because
Really?
Ant-Man got like an 8, like an 80%. I almost like a 78 or something.
On
but-
Rotten Tomato, or
Yeah, I
like
think it's Rotten
Metacritic?
Tomato.
Oh, but yeah, Fantastic Four. I watched some like people review it today, like talk about it, and they said it's not even like, if you saw the trailer, you saw
The
Everything.
movie.
You saw more than what the movie had to offer.
Really?
Yeah, because
That
it's like
sucks.
I guess there's no like storyline. There's nobody brings you in for anything. Even the director was like on Thursday or Wednesday, he did an interview and he was like trying to distance himself from like he was like, what happened to Fantastic Four? I had no part in.
Really?
Yeah, like before the movie even came out, and he was like already trying to get himself away from it.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
bad. When the
and
director,
one of the director,
Yeah.
I think the director, was scheduled to work on a Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah.
One of them, like I think like one of the anthology movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it anymore.
He's
Wow.
not doing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's not
I
doing
know
Star Wars anymore.
the guy who did Tomorrowland. They wanted him to do this first new Star Wars, but he knew that if he didn't do Tomorrowland would have never been made, and so they
Huh.
got J.J. Abrams to do this Star Wars. So
I think
I'm like
good
that's
anyway.
yeah. I think he was a good fit for it though. And then I guess the next director, they already have him lined up. He did Looper.
Fantastic Four.
The Looper director is doing episode 8 of Star
Oh,
Wars.
really?
Yeah.
So Abrams was only asked to do one, or
Just the first one or 7, I guess. But we're not talking
Interesting.
about Star Wars. We're talking
yeah.
about
Well, the interesting thing, the next movie on this list is Star Wars
Oh.
Episode 7, which
we're
is
talking about just
which is
Disney owned
funny.
stuff now, or what?
yeah.
Well,
Apparently,
Fantastic Four is, I think it's still Fox, but
This is off superherostuff.com, so who knows how but it
Yeah, they like
includes Star Wars
superheroes.
in
the
the list.
Force is
I guess you could
It's a
consider
power.
that. The next one after that is Deadpool, which is February of 16. Then
another Fox.
Batman versus Superman, March 2016. Then Captain America: Civil War, May of 2016.
Avengers 2.5.
yeah,
That's what they're calling it.
X-Men Apocalypse. That's gonna be May of 2016 as well. Then Star Trek 3.
Oh,
July of 2016.
You know, those new Star Treks really got me into Star Trek. Well, I just like the movies, but
Those J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
yeah, I really
they're-
liked
they're
them. He did a good
good.
job. I
They
thought they
really
were
are
really
good.
good.
Yep.
Because I would see Star Trek on TV. Like my uncle used to watch it. The Next Generation with what's his name? The guy who plays Xavier.
Captain Picard.
Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I just was like, this isn't that cool. It's not Star Wars. They don't have powers or anything. But
It's if you like the first 3 Star Wars movies, you would probably like the old Star Treks
you think so?
because they're all Senate debates. Like,
Oh well, then
It's
yeah.
just
I didn't
very-
like
it's
the
very
first. Oh,
talky.
you mean not the first 3, but
the one episode 1, 2, and 3.
Episode 1,
Yeah,
2, and
very
3, yeah.
talky.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't like it then.
Yeah.
Because
But
I've tried to get into it too. And I'm like, I want some killing.
Yeah. Right.
But-
all right,
Action.
let me get through this list real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, sorry.
No.
So after Star Trek 3, then Suicide Squad, August 2016.
What are we,
Gam-
some kind of patsies?
Gambit, October 2016. Man,
Channing
2016
Tatum.
I've heard he
has
might
so
not do
much
that,
stuff.
but
He's not.
he's not going to.
He's
huh?
listed on here still, but
Yeah.
then Doctor
Oh yeah, it was a
Strange,
maybe not. Doctor Strange is gonna be Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, that's
November.
right.
Yeah,
that
that's
should be
gonna be cool.
interesting.
I love him. I don't
I
think
do
he could
too.
ever make a bad thing.
I think he's cool. Then Star Wars anthology Rogue One.
Oh, they're
That
doing.
is the director's
they're
name
doing some spin-offs.
Josh Trank.
It says Garth Edwards is
Oh.
what the director says.
Rogue. Is that Rogue Squadron then? Probably.
Yeah,
I
think so.
guess.
They'll probably
yeah.
do a Rogue Squadron series, I guess.
Yeah, this is
They
an
might do a
insane list.
standalone Han Solo and Boba Fett.
I didn't know Star Wars was considered.
By this, it's
Sup-
considered superhero. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read off dates. So 2017, you got Power Rangers,
Again?
Wolverine 3, Pacific Rim 2. That doesn't seem superhero. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Wonder Woman, Fantastic Four 2, Spider-Man
So Fantastic
reboot,
6.
Thor, Justice League, Star Wars, Episode 8, Lego Batman, and then it goes on to 2018, 2009. I mean, this goes on forever. So
Oh,
there's
that your list
tons
has
and
got a lot of
tons.
stuff. I thought you were
It's
just gonna
got
go
so
with
much
like
stuff.
Marvel or
yeah.
something.
No,
alone.
this is just like kind of everything
Phase
across
1,
the board.
2, and whatever they had.
Yeah, so you guys can
I think it's 3 and 4.
you
Well,
can
now
check
they're on
this
to
list
4.
out.
Yeah, 1 and 2's over.
You can check this list out if you're more interested. But Deadpool is one of the big ones right now. That's
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
trailer just
Before we
came
go on
out.
that, I have
Okay.
the tweet that the director of Fantastic Four, who he backed out himself from a Star Wars movie, His name's Josh Trink, but the tweet he tweeted was, "A year ago, I had a fantastic version of this, and it would have received great reviews. You'll probably never see it. That's reality, though." And then he deleted
Dang.
it like a couple minutes later.
Wow. That was
Yeah.
about Fantastic Four?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty
That's
sad.
crazy.
Yeah,
But he did end up directing it, or
Fantastic Four. Yeah, he finished it and everything. But he tweeted that out like on Wednesday.
basically like, this isn't my version of the movie,
Yeah.
even though I'm the director.
He like slammed his
got-
own movie before it even came out.
Because he got like bulldozed by somebody, probably.
Probably,
Wow,
yeah, at
that's
Fox or
crazy.
whatever.
That's crazy.
But how many times have they tried to make a Fantastic Four movie?
I've
They
only
did 2 already.
but they were the same cast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Alba and then the other
With
guys.
Captain
Yeah,
America.
it doesn't
And-
matter.
And,
Jessica Alba.
and the commish. What's his
What?
Oh gosh,
What's his name?
The Thing.
Yeah, the commish.
yeah.
I'm like the commish.
What's his? What's
That's
his
from The
name?
Office. That's all I know.
Uh,
Cheadle? No, not Don Cheadle.
No, definitely.
Isn't that
He
guy
was
black?
definitely-
It's something
definitely
Cheadle.
not the Thing. He's
Something
from the
Che-
Shield.
Shield.
The
Chitless.
Shield is
Michael
yeah,
Chitless.
yeah.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
He's a great.
He's on
actor.
Agents of Shield.
You're gonna confuse
No,
everybody.
he's on the Shield. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, those movies I didn't think were like awful. I don't. It's kind of the same thing. I don't know a ton about Fantastic Four either, so that's like my only.
And it's hard
experience
to
with
make a
those.
movie about a superhero that like their appearance physically changes. Like stretched thing,
Yeah,
invisible, and
Yeah.
then what's the fire? Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
even the Hulk Marvel movies, they weren't that good.
the standalone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
ones.
no, those
yeah.
were
Yeah.
they're terrible.
Yep.
Like those were never good movies.
Yeah.
And then they keep trying to do things where people change. But if you look at like all the other Marvel movies, they either put a suit on or they just have superpowers and have like a costume.
Yeah.
Actually, I watched a YouTube video about people saying, "Oh, visual effects and all this CGI. It makes movies terrible." But really, it's a matter of how the director uses it and implements it. Because there's a lot of CGI that you don't even notice
You
Yeah.
only notice
because they
bad
do it
CGI.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or even if the movie's that great, you don't even care that it's bad CGI.
Yeah. If the movie's good enough, then
Yeah.
you.
You just kind of
Forget about
overlook
it.
it.
I think that's one of the cool things, at least that you could expect from the new Star Wars with J.J. Abrams, is it seems like they brought back the element of like real stuff, like,
Practical effects and stuff.
Yeah.
built a lot of real sets, a lot of real costumes, real people inside robot stuff. Like kind of how they did the episode
The
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be really cool, and of course there'll be some CGI because you got to take advantage of like the technology we have.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's they'll do it better for sure. I think so. That's going to be cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I have
Yeah.
high hopes for it, so I think
I know.
everyone does.
I
Star
hope
Trek
I don't-
movies are
yeah.
good even for people like me who don't really care much for Star Trek or aren't into it that much.
Yeah,
Star
see, I
Trek?
wasn't either,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
those movies are good. I
They're
like
yeah,
them.
good, yeah.
I thought the same. Yeah.
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah, we were gonna talk about that. So, what do you guys think of Deadpool? Did you know anything about Deadpool before
I
this?
know
or-
he's just like a snarky, annoying sort of guy. But what I didn't like is I didn't know that he was like that before he became Deadpool. Because I
yeah,
thought the whole thing was that turned him into like,
that guy.
yeah. But even
Mhm.
before when it's like Ryan Reynolds talk, which I thought Ryan Reynolds was a Green Lantern, wasn't he?
He was.
They make a joke about it too, which is really funny.
Do they?
He's
Do
like,
they?
"Don't put me in a green suit."
Oh, yeah,
as he's going under.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he said that. That's,
Yeah, yeah.
that's funny.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that is
I
true.
thought
funny.
it was.
That was a
Yeah,
good
I'm
catch.
looking forward to that movie, and
It's
I
very.
guess-
They break down the fourth wall.
exactly
A lot. Yeah.
in the comics. That's what they do, and it's like that's the thing. So I'm like, it'll be interesting to see how this movie.
But just
comes out.
his personality before going in the suit, or before turning into Deadpool and everything, that just bugged me.
because you thought it was like the procedure, like all
Turned him
that
into
turned
that.
him
Oh,
into
yeah.
that
Like a
snarky,
crazy
like
dude.
crazy dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
But-
don't know enough about him to know if I mean there's comics, right?
well, they
with
even say
Deadpool,
like
so-
in the trailer, like the all like you won't come out when you come out, you won't be able to feel happiness or something like that, don't they?
I don't remember.
In the trailer,
really.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't
I
know.
could be making that up, but
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
yeah,
It's gonna be definitely the most like
it'll be the most
graphic
quotable movie. I
and-
guarantee you. Like
This what movie?
quotable. Like,
Oh,
people
It'll
are
be
gonna
tons of
quote the crap
one-liners.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah. It's gonna be over the top with like explicit content,
Yeah.
which is gonna be what
And I
it is,
guarantee you,
guess.
DMX made a crap ton of money this past week too.
What was he in the
It
trailer?
was I'm touching myself tonight. X gonna give it to you.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, that's right.
That was funny.
Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, DMX."
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
That's funny. I was watching. I guess the trailer got premiered on Conan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched the Conan show.
I haven't
when
I
it
haven't
got
seen it
premiered
in
on.
a while. Last time I saw
But,
it, I was there.
Yeah, but I was just watching it on YouTube because they post like sections of the show like the next day or whatever,
Mhm.
and they were in the opening monologue. Conan was like, "So Ryan Reynolds is here." Everyone goes crazy, and he's like, "And we're gonna be premiering like the uncut like red band trailer for Deadpool or whatever." And he said, "So that means for the first time ever, our show for this night only is rated TVMA." And he was like, "So we're gonna take advantage of that because we never, have that rating, and we probably never will again."
Oh,
So it's like
funny. He would
starts
starts
cussing.
so he starts like swearing, and he's like, their cameramen don't have pants on.
Oh my
And
god.
Andy Richter's like giving him the middle finger the entire opening monologue. It's like
I need to watch
you
that.
need to watch it.
Did
It's
it-
super
did it all get
ridiculous.
blurred?
But, the
bleeped?
middle finger didn't. The no pants, of course, did, and the
Words
words
got
got bleeped. So it's still, it's still censored, but it was pretty funny. I was like, of course they would do something that ridiculous,
man.
and they did. The other thing that was funny, you'll think it's funny, TJ, probably.
Don't tell me what I think.
But
He has
I only say
expectations.
because
don't
you're.
let him down. TJ.
I only say because you're a drummer, but so you have to laugh really hard because I already set it up that you're gonna like this.
I'll laugh in rhythm.
But he's like, so after jokes, they have the da-dum-ch or
Yeah.
whatever. And he's like, so instead of rim shots, we're actually gonna have a gunshot. So they have like a guy standing in front of the drummer, and it's like he goes da-dun. Bang, and the guy gets like shot, and he gets shot like 7 different times with like blood coming out and stuff.
Oh my
It's so
gosh.
ridiculous, but you'll have to watch it. It's pretty funny.
Sorry, just trying to.
But yeah, that I feel like that Deadpool movie was only made because they released that CGI little bit that they had with him fighting those guys in the car.
Oh, and it like
Remember that?
tumbles over.
Yeah, but
no,
like that was
it
just
was in
like
production before that, wasn't it?
no, I don't think so. I think everybody was like, "Oh, they're making the movie now." I'm like, oh, and that was just like a commercial or just some like test or something. That's part of the trailer, though.
I feel like I heard that Ryan Reynolds was a big part of why they made it. Like he kept
Yeah.
pushing for it.
Yeah, I think that's maybe he was in it to do the voiceover work for that, but then it turned out like people really liked it because it became really popular, and I think from that they were like, okay, I guess we could make a movie because people it's really well accepted,
Did he
They wanna see
play Deadpool already
Yeah.
in one of the
It was terrible.
X-Men movies,
Yeah,
though,
the
right?
Wolverine.
Yeah,
like
so
the
he was
origin
in
of
it. It
Wolverine,
wasn't,
but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, it wasn't like this is gonna be, but he was already.
I think they like made him a different kind of Deadpool because he didn't have the mask. He was just burnt in a way that it looked like the same colors on his face. And he
Okay.
had like every X-Man's powers.
Yeah, it was a
He had like
different.
Cyclops's his concussion vision with Wolverine's regenerative abilities with like Nightcrawler's teleportation ability. And so it was this crazy fight between him and Wolverine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remembered that.
Yeah,
but
it was. I don't know. It was okay. It
It's
was
kinda
cool
cool
seeing
that
some of
they-
the heroes, some of the X-Men in that movie, but it just wasn't
It's kind of cool they kept
a great story.
Ryan Reynolds playing.
But yeah,
that
yeah,
character,
that was
though.
cool.
Even though he was the Green Lantern.
Yeah, he was the Green
Yeah,
Lantern.
no
at
one
the
cares about the
time.
Green Lantern. Someone might, but are they redoing that, or
They might,
or it's Aquaman?
just for the.
that-
They might redo Green Lantern for the Justice League, or maybe not even redo it. But I noticed it seems like they're doing a lot of just like cameos with some flashback origin story. That's
Oh,
kind of
okay,
how they're doing
yeah.
the Batman v Superman. The
yeah,
new
they're
one.
gonna. Yeah, that's true.
Who won that case? Batman. It's
We'll find out.
very,
we will.
very
We'll
pivotal
find out.
case in
Yeah,
the Supreme Court.
I know based on an animated movie called The Dark Knight Returns, it's a lot like how this movie's gonna be.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's old, he's retired, but then something happens and he has to come back, and then Superman comes and says, "Hey, look, you can't be doing this stuff. You can't be a vigilante anymore. I work for the government. You got to listen to what I say." And he gets a metal suit and fights Superman.
He says, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
Nah.
So yeah, it's I don't know, it's a pretty good story, a pretty good movie.
I think it's gonna be cool. I think it'll be exciting for sure. But you had listed some upcoming Netflix like original.
Oh, I put those
superhero
on there
stuff.
because I thought we were gonna be talking about like all these Marvel movies coming out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can
Tricked
talk
you.
about them. we can still talk about them because that is something cool. Like we've mentioned Daredevil already. That's one of the
Yeah,
Netflix
yeah.
originals, and it's been really good.
Well,
so-
DC and Marvel are both doing this thing now where they're Marvel or DC has all their shows, a bunch of shows out already. They have the Flash, Green
yeah.
Arrow. I think was the first one that started it.
Yep.
Actually, I guess you can go back to Smallville, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know how well they're going to implement Smallville into this new universe or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
Yep.
But they actually do mention some. They had a one of the characters named Chloe or something from Smallville. Her last name is something, and her father owns some auto shop. And they mention, or they have the title of his auto shop in the trailer, or somebody noticed it, so they're like, "Oh, this is kind of tying into Smallville too." But I don't really know how much of that
How well it's actually
story,
gonna be.
because I think they had the Flash in that too back in the day.
Maybe so.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's an old. I don't even remember when that came out. I never
Smallville?
watched any of it. Yeah.
I never
Smallville.
watched
Yeah,
Smallville.
that was from a while back. I didn't follow it either, but I know it
Yeah.
was. I mean, it was super popular, way more successful than any of the Superman movies. I would. I
Oh
would
yeah,
imagine.
hell yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah, there's the for Marvel they have these they have the Daredevil show on Netflix, and
Yep.
then there's the next one coming out is Jessica Jones.
I don't know anything about.
I learned a little bit about her. And then there's another hero. What's his name?
Luke Cage?
Luke Cage. Yeah. And then Iron
Luke the
Fist.
Cage.
Huh?
So his nickname, the Cage.
Luke the Cage.
His real name is I forget what his real name is. Luke Cage is his
Deadshot.
huh?
Is that or Bullseye?
No, that's
He's
Bullseye
Daredevil guy.
is
huh?
Daredevil bad guy, yeah. But Luke Cage, he was in comics with Iron Fist back in the day. He was a hero for hire, is what he called himself. Basically, he was exposed to something like I think somebody was trying to copy the super soldier serum, like Captain America.
Oh yeah.
But he got, basically gave him like regenerative abilities with like invulnerable skin. So that's like his power. Yeah. And then I guess
interesting.
he was exposed to it twice. So he has a shirt that he was exposed with. He was wearing it the second time. So now he, I don't know if they're going to go with that story, but there's a lot of things about him because he was written back when like Shaft was popular back in the day.
Oh,
The first Shaft. When
That's
those
interesting.
70s like black guy, tough guy, black guy movies were coming out. So he was like kind of that. He was like
he's
modeled
a
after that.
bad mother. Shut your.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he had a lot of catchphrases and all
Yeah.
these really lame things. And then they recreated him, like reinvented him later on just to make him, I think he goes by Power Man too or something. But Jessica Jones, I
Who
think,
was
is
Power
his
Man
wife.
one?
Oh really? That's
Power Man as
interesting.
well, also.
They're gonna have separate shows though.
But yeah, so Jessica Jones may be there to introduce Luke Cage. I think he's going to be in her show. It's Kristen Ritter. He's going to play Jessica Jones. She's from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know her from. I think she had her own show, but she's like really tall, so she kind of she fits, the superhero build.
Yeah.
But
That'll be interesting.
and she's pretty cute. That's also a plus.
Of course.
I don't know what her abilities are. I can't really remember. She's some kind of hero. I think she's just some kind of fighter, but she's
Not
involved
superpowers,
with,
or
I
she
don't know.
does have-
I can't remember. I looked at some stuff, but I can't remember what she had. But I think the show is like she was a hero back in the day, but now she's kind of she's trying to retire or trying to quit or do something else. Doesn't want to be a hero, but she gets like kind of just dragged back into it. And I guess Luke Cage will be in that, and then he'll get his own show after her, and then Iron Fist will get his show, and then there's the Defenders.
Yeah,
which
I don't
is-
know anything about that.
That's one of those groups that has interchangeable characters. Like the first ones were, I think, were Doctor Strange. I don't even think Daredevil or any of these guys were original group members. They've all been part of the group at one point. I think Iron Fist has had the least amount of time in that group. but
So
they've all
basically
been in
they'll-
it in the comics.
So they're
kind of
be-
reinventing this Defenders.
They'll get
I
to
guess.
do whatever they want
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. And then that's going to be separate, obviously, from the Avengers, or
no, it's
the
tied
Defenders
in.
are tied in.
It's tied into that world, the MCU, but I don't know how closely or I really don't. I mean, I'm curious to see how it's going to work. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
interesting.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is also tied in, and
Right.
they had a few things to do with some of the movies, and they talk about the events, the huge events that happen in the movies.
Right, yeah.
But they have their own thing going on. You know, it's not. They talk about the Avengers all the time, but they're like, you know, we have to handle this. It's like we don't call the Avengers for this. It's our thing. You know.
Yeah. I think it's really cool what they're doing with the TV shows
Yeah, I
going
think it's
on
cool too.
in the midst of like the big blockbuster.
Yeah, because even
movies.
Daredevil, they talk about the huge disaster in New York. When
Yeah.
they're talking about that whole fight in the Avengers, the first one.
Yeah, I
The
think
city was destroyed and all
I think
that.
that's cool. That makes it fun to. I mean, you're like year round kind of like.
Yeah. Well, the
into it.
comics
It's-
have all been like that.
it's-
You
yeah,
know?
and it's
and
just-
so now they're making
it's-
it into movies.
it's like
and
a
I just love
visual
movies. I don't
comic.
want to sit and look at comic books all day.
Right. It's easier to follow it in show format than.
Yeah, and
the
it's fun
comics,
because
but-
it's original now too, because they have these characters made up from back in the day, but all these stories, they have all kinds of like different dimensions and different things, and you're like, okay, well, how many different origin stories does this character have? You know,
Yeah.
and they've done so many spin-offs or different things. Now it's just kind of like, okay, you can just watch the movies and kind of say, okay, you can just have one continuous story with everybody, and then it's interesting to see how they're implementing people in too,
Yep.
because they're changing some of the stories, and because they can't use X-Men. That's
Right.
owned by Fox, so they have to. I think their big thing now is Inhumans, which is they're gonna have an Inhumans movie, but
Huh.
there's just way too much to talk about as far as that goes.
there's
But
tons
it's
of
cool,
stuff. It is cool. Did either of you guys watch the TV show Heroes?
Oh,
when it was on?
I watched the first season,
I
and
never
that was
finished it though.
Oh, did you guys like it or no?
I
I
liked
thought it
it.
was okay, but I just couldn't really get into it after
We-
the first season.
We just started watching it again. Sarah, my beautiful, amazing wife, has she's already watched all the seasons, but it's been a long time, and I've watched like episodes here and there. So we started from the beginning again because a new season's gonna be coming soon.
Really, they're bringing
Yeah,
it back?
They're bringing it back
Yeah.
Because I know it quit abruptly, didn't they? Just like
It-
say,
it
"Oh,
just
it's
kinda
canceled."
There was
ended.
supposed
It
to
was
be a
canceled.
movie. They pulled an Arrested Development.
Oh,
yeah, basically. Which there's another season of that supposedly coming
Really?
too
Really?
on Netflix. Yeah,
I hope it's better than the
The
last,
last one, yeah.
yeah. Hopefully they do it in a better way. There were funny things about.
It was
that,
it was
but-
okay, but it was just kind of weird. Like they grouped everybody up separately almost.
Yeah,
Like, every
it was-
episode was like this. These
I think
two
it was
and
all
these two.
filmed like separately too
Oh,
with
yeah,
character,
okay.
and that's why it kind of. But anyways, beside the point.
We can
Heroes.
talk forever now. About
Yeah,
this. Anyways.
Heroes. We're episode 4 or 5 into the first season, but I'm like getting pretty excited for the new season to come out because it's fun to like binge watch on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
knowing there's something new to look forward to. That's going to be
They
out
encourage that too.
when we get there. Oh yeah, they
Hayden
do.
Hayden Panettiere isn't going to be in it.
That's what I think
She's
we
like the
looked that up.
cornerstone of the whole thing. I
The,
thought.
It
the
seems
invincible,
weird
the
the
cheerleader.
invincible one is going to die.
It seems
They're going to
weird.
kill her off, I guess.
Well, if you cut her head off and just make sure it's separate from her body as long as possible, she'll
But
never
then you
come
have a
back.
head that can bite you and a body that can beat you up.
No, I think
don't
together they need to be
move-
together.
yeah, I don't think they
can't-
move
They can't
separately.
function separately.
But anyways, the show's been really cool so far. I've been getting into it. I like most of the characters. I think are pretty cool, and the time travel element of it has been cool so far with Hiro.
Oh,
The
that's right.
character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yatta! Yeah.
He doesn't he travel time and space?
He bends time and space or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
because I remember watching that. He just
He's
used
sitting
to
in
think,
his office and he
he would
tries
just
to
think
move
about
the
it like,
clock.
I think I can do it, and then
Yeah.
sure, I was just like,
And then
man,
he
is that how you get
happens upon
superpowers?
it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start doing that.
You just concentrate
Just
really, really hard.
concentrate on what you want.
I wish you would actually watch like the full season because
I've seen the
you-
first season.
you guys both like time travel stuff a lot, and I think it's been interesting so far.
I
But
think
I'm
that's
not
what kind of hooked me when I
yeah,
saw it. But then
I'm not
after a while,
far
I just
enough
stopped.
into it to understand quite how they're going to interpret his like time travel ability. But
Uh-huh.
so far, it's been like interesting. He'll go back like too far or go too forward.
Oh
He's like
yeah,
not
that's right.
you know,
He's like practicing how to
super
use
Yeah.
it.
practiced on it yet. I think it's cool, and the whole element of what can change and can't change and all that kind of stuff is pretty cool.
And that's not tied into Marvel or DC or anything.
No,
it's its own
completely
It's what,
separate.
ABC
It's
or
a show
something?
called Heroes.
Yeah, just called Heroes. Network is it on? I think it's NBC.
NBC.
or
I think.
NBC. Okay,
Yeah. But anyways, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Is it going to be a Netflix season?
That's
or
going to
it's
be
gonna
on TV, I
TV?
think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's going to be on TV, which kind of sucks because the Netflix ones are way better. You watch a whole season.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
I mean that's what they do. They always release their things full seasons.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
Marco
which is
Polo.
cool.
I haven't watched that, but I heard that that's supposed to
Marco
be like
Polo's
their
really
answer
good.
to Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. I still haven't watched it. Vincent told me
really
to check
good.
it out.
Okay, I was gonna say
It's not as
not as fantastic, huh?
it's not as entangled as Game of Thrones. There's not as
Many characters.
There's not as many chords to go through,
Huh.
strings to pull. It's mainly follow. There's a main character
Yeah,
basically.
because Game of Thrones. I mean,
There's
that's,
no main
it's a
character.
Game of Thrones. Like it's just tons
You
of
either
people
play the Game
playing.
of Thrones or you die.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Still haven't started watching it.
Yeah,
You know.
you could. I mean, you got a whole year to catch up. Because
Yeah.
I think they're caught up with the books now, so
Oh yeah, you were saying
they're
there's-
just gonna start.
they're-
I think they're gonna write the books and the show together, or they're just gonna write the show
I think
and
the
then
show's
make
ahead of the
release
books at
the
this
books.
point still.
and they're somewhat separate, anyways, right? The books
Yeah, they're
aren't.
not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not, but it's
Not
like an
followed, like, to a T.
adaptation
Yeah.
to the books. So
Like most stuff is.
Yeah.
that
There was
gets made,
rumors
so.
too. This is completely off topic, but TJ will care. There was rumors that it's only going to go to season 8, Game of Thrones, and then that should be enough. It'll be done. But they're going to start making a prequel show about the
Oh,
Mad
jeez.
King and
that's awesome.
and
That
all
is
that
so
stuff.
cool. I love that stuff and the
So-
children and everything.
because I've always thought that story sounds better than what's going on now.
Oh yeah, because they always talk about it.
Yeah.
but you never know. You know,
It's
the
always
doom,
reference to, or
the doom
Yeah.
of Valyria and all that stuff.
Or in the
There's just a
dragons
lot of
and
cool
like
things.
when the first time
Yeah.
like someone rode one and
Yeah.
stuff.
That'd be cool.
Wow.
You should
That's
watch
cool.
it.
Well, maybe I will get into it. Maybe we'll talk about it next episode. We're pretty much out of time now, but
Okay,
that was a lot of good talk about superheroes.
and I still have more, but
And
it's okay.
you could talk all day probably about it.
I
There's
could, I
so
could.
much stuff that
We didn't
goes in
even
all
touch
that.
on DC. They're doing because Marvel and DC are now kind of doing the same thing, but we'll just leave it at that. It's fine.
Yeah,
They're
maybe
trying.
maybe we'll
They're
have a
trying.
part
TV
2
shows,
and-
movies,
talk
there's just
about it,
all
but-
kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, they're
trying to
doing
do
a lot
the
of
same
stuff.
thing.
Yeah, it's cool. Well,
We'll see who comes on top.
yeah.
Excuse me. All that white hot cream.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that's episode 4. Thank you guys who have been listening to the first couple episodes that are out, and
thanks,
episode 3
TJ.
that'll be out. But
Yeah, it's pretty much been
thanks,
me.
Thanks for listening to today a couple times.
I play when I
Eventually.
go to bed. It's soothing to hear you guys. It's really weird to hear me though. Like, wait, am I thinking this or am I hearing myself?
But anyways, for the people that are listening, thanks, and be sure to leave us some comments and likes on YouTube. And we're still working on getting a website up and getting this eventually on iTunes, so you guys can kind of stream it from iTunes as well, which might be easier sometimes than YouTube. And video will come eventually, but
Hopefully
still
someday.
figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
I just want to say we didn't have a single technical
Oh
yeah,
difficulty
I forgot about
this
that.
entire
We had
episode.
some
Reddit.
clicks and pops.
We did,
uh,
but we're moving right along.
We made it.
We did it. So hopefully, yeah, that continues. But anyways, it's been fun. This is Talking to Walter. Until next time,
Okay, bye.
see ya.
bye.